back, guys. Thanks for joining me here for another episode here at Mike's Mods and Customs. We got a little bit of a commission request from a subscriber that we're going to be working on getting started today, and it's going to be this C8.R Corvette. So one of my subscribers had reached out to me and had requested for me to do this up in a Gulf racing deco theme. So, challenge accepted. I've already reached out to our good friend Chuck over there at Flying Valiant right here. He's already set me up with some decals. I got a variety of some different ones that I can custom fit to make work on this C8.R Corvette. And what we're going to do now is just kind of evaluate the parts of what we got going on here with this casting. So we got the CR8 casting plastic base. We'll pop those wheels out of there. Maybe just detail those ones up a little bit. We got some interior to do a little bit of detail work too. And the brand new windscreen. So what we're just going to do to get started here with this one is get this put into the special sauce I have over here. We'll get the paint stripped off. And we'll get to going on picking out the paint. That's the only thing I haven't done just yet. I haven't prepared and picked out the that Gulf blue paint that I need. So I'll investigate that as time goes on. So we're gonna go ahead and get this casting in the stripper here. Well, let's go right ahead and drop it right in there. Let it sit overnight or so. Let it do its thing. Come back to it next day and we'll get all that paint off of there. Get it all cleaned up. Check for any casting lines. All that fun stuff. That'll be coming up very soon. So, there we go. We'll let that sit there and do its thing. If this is your first time with me here, I'd really appreciate it if you take a moment and hit that subscribe button there on the old YouTube channel. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you get notified of any future videos coming up. And give me a thumbs up. You share this video along with any of your friends. So for proper storage for this C8.R Corvette while it's doing its thing, I keep all the parts and pieces in a little Ziploc-y bag right here. Then we'll keep that off to the side. When this thing's ready to come out of the stripper, we'll get going with some more. So hang in there with me. We'll be back. Alright, so here we are with the Corvette out of the stripper. Excuse me. Out of the cleaner. We've gone ahead through and polished it up with our little abrasive wheels on the Dremel. Filed down any casting lines, which there was not that many, a couple of rough edges around the windows. And I now have it sitting, curing, ready for primer. So, a step that I do here, once the casting is all clean and ready, I go ahead and use this Mr. Metal primer. This is basically a clear primer. It's a product from Mr. Hobby that I've found that works very, very well to help any of the paints and primers adhere to these metal, the die cast that these cars are made out of. Some other primers I've used in the past don't stick. They just kind of roll right off when you start to sand them and fine detail them. So anyways, this is a product here that I use to prep the casting before primer. So that's where we're at with that. That's going to sit and cure now for a bit, and then we'll get some primer in there and get it painted up our blue for that Gulf racing deco theme. So hang in there with me. We'll be back. Alright, so here we are at the paint booth with our CR8 Corvette. C8.R Corvette. We got it all in primer. Just going to go over it and double check that we got proper coverage. And we're going to experiment with a new color here to get that Gulf racing theme that we're after. So I've gone through our local Hobbytown store and I've well looked at tons of paints. So well, we're going to try this one. It is a Hoeth Blue from Games Workshop, Citadel paint. So I've done some research on how to properly airbrush Citadel paints. So we're going to see what it's going to take to get that on there. It doesn't seem to be too difficult. The airbrush Citadel paints for the miniatures all the time, so we're going to go ahead and get that casting cleaned up and just detail anything that we have to fix with it, and we'll get the airbrush fired up, and we'll meet you back here at the paint booth in a few minutes with some painting. Alright, so here we are at the paint booth with the C8.R Corvette, just setting to cure for a little bit longer. We got a couple of coats of clear on there, and I'm pretty comfortable with the tone of the blue that we have. It is definitely a little bit lighter in person than it appears in the camera that I'm looking at now. It's a bit dark in the camera. But yeah, so that is ready to go. We're going to let it sit and cure. Going to get the decals ready, and we're going to start working on the base. Alright, so I just want to show you guys just real quick. We got our wheel swap done there on the chassis for the C8.R Corvette. These are the wheels that came off. So those are the factory wheels. Those are going to go in our spare parts bucket. And these are the wheels that we've decided to go with to get the best look to match the photo that we're going after. I did have to trim them down a little bit. They were a little bit too long, so we had to trim them out. But once we got the trimming done, they sit in there real nice. We just glued them in with some gel super glue. And there's the interior. We're just going to leave that alone because once we get this all together, you're not even going to see it. I was hoping there was some engine detail that we'd be able to see through that window, but Hot Wheels Mattel didn't give us that option. So for this theme, we're doing a Gulf Racing livery. So thanks to our good buddy Chuck over there at Flying Valiant. He printed me up some decals that we're going to get on this body. And that's what we're going to be working on next, is getting the decals put onto the casting. So we'll get the casting cured and out of the paint booth, and we'll get it on over here to the bench, and we'll start working on those decals. Alright, so here we are for our final assembly and reveal for the C8.R Corvette in our Gulf livery theme. So we went ahead and stripped this down and painted it with this this blue color that we got from actually Games Workshop. And we had Chuck over here at Flying Valiant hook us up with some decals, our good buddy Chuck over there. And so we got our Gulf livery decals. We went ahead with the number 99 on the side. We got some decals on the mirrors. We accented some black tones in there. We got some black vents in the front. Decaled up on the sides of the spoiler. And then there's some other details on the back there that I'll show you. So we're going to go ahead and get this assembled here. The windshield, the rear window, and the headlights are all in one piece. And the interior is just sitting as the way it was. Decided not to do anything with that because we're probably not going to see it anyways once we get everything together. So there we have that. We got our 2mm screws. So we'll go ahead and get these installed. I'll give you a final look at what this baby looks like, and then we'll get you up on the turntable, and then some glamour shots to finish off here. So the rear detail, I did some taillights, some rear vents, and not sure if you can see that or not, but there's a Mike's Mods and Customs decal right in there where the license plate would be. So there we have it. She's a roller, ready for the racetrack to bring in the Gulf livery to the winner's circle. Stay healthy, stay safe, and pay it forward. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.